Ladies and germs, welcome to another Open Minds, Open Mic, but we're doing a little different here. We're having a hybrid experience here at the Bookery here in Manchester, New Hampshire. So at this time, welcome to Open Minds Cafe. Here's your host, Ray Ray. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was like the weirdest impromptu intro ever. Note to self, get a co-host. With that said, thank you for joining us here via Zoom and in person. This is a pretty wild trip. No one thought of this, something like this would happen, like, I don't know, 10 years ago, but here we are. Having live poetry and poetry from around the world. So with that said, we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna be exchanging participation from in person and through Zoom. So stay tuned for some pretty cool shit. With that said, I'm gonna kick things off with a really silly poem. So who remembers Beanie Babies?
I remember.
Yeah, Beanie Babies. Does anyone remember Aladdin? Remember Iago? Yeah, let's resurrect the voice of Gilbert Godfrey for a hot second. So here's a piece I like to call Whatever Happened to Beanie Babies.
Stampedes of crazed adults trampling children. Storming shells in the fashion of Allied forces storming Normandy Beach. Grown-ass adults investing their life savings into purchasing the rarest of their kind, only to lose almost all the value of their collections. A New Hampshire couple thought they hatched a dope idea by forging checks to purchase and sell them for a profit. To purchase heroin. Now flooding hospital donation bins, Goodwill and Savers location nationwide, and the closet of unfortunate heirs of a lost fortune. Beanie Babies were the Bitcoin of the 1990s. These little limp sacks of understuffed animals now face a more grim future, being the filling of beanbag chairs, as their owners have developed a fetish of sitting on the carcasses of their friends, mainly as a way to achieve a dopamine rush by exacting revenge on their failed investments of hopes and dreams through imprisonment, underdominance, and occasional gas torture by way of flatulence. In a movement as bizarre as a movement that perfect, this kink is known by many different names, depending on region. Beanie Baby Savory has taken the North American furry communities by storm in a similar fashion that Queenie Babying was popularized by the royal family. Beanie Baby Kinkaroo has shook Japan's kink world to its core, to the point that cyberpunk cinema is experiencing a renaissance. The ripples of influence even stretch out throughout India as new positions were included in a revised edition of the Kama Sutra named after some of the most popular Beanie Babies, with Squealer the Pig voted #1 in Cosmopolitan India's list of highest positions to go with your partner this summer. It doesn't matter what you call it. The end of the day, it is a young that will be young. More than toes being sucked, in an ever so evolving case study that is worth exploring away from distance. Thank you.
Yeah, everybody give it up for Dre Reyes. Woo!
That took some
Your
energy.
throat must hate you for that, but we loved it. So thank you to Dre's throat
Thank
also for.
you. Thank you for allowing me to spit that nonsense and entertain you for a hot second. More poetry to come. Um, give me one moment. Big Slappers, let me see that list real quick. It's also serves as a cool opportunity to advertise because look at all those business. On deck, live, we have Big Slappy, but it is my pleasure to bring forth via Zoom to Manchester the poetry and talents of Paul Skiff.
Hi, Manchester. What's going on in Manchester? Dre, I like to see you when you go old school and read off a piece of paper. I don't feel so ancient then. This poem has a title, An Old Joke Lost in Its Punchline. This, that, and the other, wanting to overcome a being nondescript and feeling very miscellaneous, walk into an off-track betting office. Or was it a pie in the sky factory? Or were the three afterthoughts faith, hope, and love? Faith, hope, and love, feeling full of curative equilibrium and confident they deserve gratification, walk into a bondage club? Or was it a dead end for virtue where false confidence trips on piety? Or was the devotional triangle of passions verisimilitude, mimesis, and reflection? Verisimilitude, mimesis, and reflection, wanting gravity of being authentic and struggling against their immateriality, walk into a carnival funhouse hall of mirrors. Or was it an internet self-esteem echo chamber? Or were the surrogates of reality chastity, devotion, and respect? Chastity, devotion, and respect having virtues surrounded by adversity while dissociated from the value of going egoless, walk into a singles bar? Or was it a debutante ball for forbidden fruit where personality is deflowered by its own innocence? Or were the vulnerable acolytes of self-restraint, deprivation, anger, and a grudge? Deprivation, anger, and a grudge, attired in scorn, that are clothes made by public opinion for abject, irrelevant lives condemned to illegality, walk into central booking for their mugshots? Or Was it the zoo of sociopathic capitalism syndrome where what money does to freedom is put everyone on display as a pawn in the game of a life's validity? Or were the stepping stones to revoked personal autonomy, self-indulgence, hedonism, and laziness? Self-indulgence, hedonism, and laziness, knowing what is best for themselves, will be found by putting productivity on idle, saunter onto the shady porch of spiritual fortitude. Or was it an utopic asylum from wage slavery for the completely sane? Or were the self-preservative habits venality, conceit, and pride? Venality, conceit, and pride, intoxicated by their own reflections, while confusing their opinions of themselves with the truth, walk into an audition for 15 seconds of fame. Or was it the office of flash frozen self-worth? Or were the foibles of indulgence, virtue, saintliness, and spirituality? Virtue, saintliness, and spirituality, seeking nothing but to be inhabited by illumination, give up competing for everything earthly except physical rapture, and then walk into a weekly appointment with inspiration where revelation falls from providence. Or was it a megachurch dispensing sparklers of subordination for obedient supplicants? Or were the transcendence pilgrims hunger, destitution, and want? Hunger, destitution, and want lurching on the sidewalk of neglect, past respectability in its consumer culture prophylactic, walk into Saks Fifth Avenue. Or was it a vomitorium for bank accounts? Or were the structural deficits of capitalist profit lofty literary achievement, craft, and a language cop? Lofty literary achievement, craft, and a language cop, arguing about the proper syntax for righteous self-importance, walk into an anarchist cultural center. Or was it a limousine to pretentiousness in which nobody really cares? They are rolling around in the back on a puce shag carpet stained with cultural irrelevance? Or were the exclusive cultivated privileges nudity, nakedness, and titillation? Nudity, nakedness, and titillation, reveling in the fact everyone cannot resist them, and flaunting self-awareness as invulnerability, walk out into Times Square. Or Was it a bourgeois living room where moral rectitude slobbers up a cup of instant ramen while ejaculating spontaneously at the sight of their fantasy presented in the privacy of their own hypocrisy? Ideals, foibles, paradigms, and perception's puzzle parts make more myth than what understanding knows about how to be convinced. I am a cosmic whole in what you know. Space where the absolute is reduced from the reality that was dominating you before you walked in here with your hearing. What you feel right now, hey? What you're feeling right now is just the edge around the opening on the infinity of possibility where I memorialize you as liberated to be your most.
Yo, give it up for Paul Skiff. You are your most, Paul, and I love every bit of it and more.
With that said, everybody please go for Paul Skiss. Right on. Again, I apologize for the audio. Again, this is just a very bizarre situation where we're able to connect through HDMI, but for some reason the audio is not clicking through, even though the computer says that it's connected. Go figure. Very freaky. But we're working with what we have, and just please bear with us through this episode.
Mind if I try something else?
Okay, with that said, well, you're gonna be up next.
Let's be quick. Let me just
Yeah, big slap your handle business over there, bruh. You got this.
do my best. Oh, that's a bug, yeah. Somebody say something.
Something.
Okay, now there's
Wait,
no
hold up.
audio.
Yeah, no
Hold
audio now.
Hold up. Let's see. Try now.
Something. Something. Anything?
Strange.
Nothing.
Only from the phone. We're just gonna work
Silence.
with it.
Well,
All
now
right.
it's not going to echo anymore.
At least there's that. At least there's
Yeah.
no.
It might be the HDMI cord itself might be damaged and it's not transferring the
That's
audio.
good. On deck, we got Justine via Zoom, but step up to the plate now. Please give it up for Big Slappy.
Slappy!
Hi, I'm Big Slappy, and as you can tell, I'm not the IT guy, unfortunately. I did my best, and that's all we can really do, isn't it? You know, I do my best to get 8 hours of sleep every night, but unfortunately, recently I haven't been sleeping so well. And in one sleep deprived state, I just said to myself, you know, I'm going to watch the new Nardwar video. Because he was interviewing Andre 3000 Benjamin. Who's a fan of Outkast? Anyone? Yeah. Yeah. Well, in that interview, Andre Benjamin said something that stuck with me, and in a stream of sleep-deprived consciousness, I put together, beginning with a quote directly from the interview, oral hygiene from Andre 3000. Go get your teeth cleaned. Teeth health is important. Teeth health is everything. Because if you can't eat, if you can't chew, you can't survive. So keep your teeth healthy. Andre 3000 Benjamin's closing remarks in his interview with Nardwar, the human serviette. I have no doubt these words were in earnest. Mr. 3000 is just that kind of guy. But in more ways than one, he's right. You need your teeth to survive. You need to keep them sharp, keep them clean, to stay eating, stay lean. And if you've got to to be mean. We use our teeth as the first stage of digestion, ingestion, not just a suggestion, an outright necessity for you, for me. Unprocessed food goes unprocessed, you see? Gulping down great chunks of chicken and beef spares you from the use of your teeth. Terrible things, teeth, built to chop, crush, rip, and tear. It's uncomfortable to think of what we're capable of with our mouth. I mean, we're supposed to speak from there. Its function should not be destruction, some will try and tell you. Build better bridges, words, not wounds, and so sometimes we might not want to chew. Just pop in a morsel and let your guts do what they're supposed to do. Brock Lesnar, UFC fighter and professional wrestler, survived for decades the carnivore way, gulping down huge chunks of self-hunted meat every day. He didn't have time to stop and chew. Why don't you Google how much gut Brock Lesnar had to lose? Diverticulitis, a bowel impaction that could have slayed the beast from the inside out. He had to learn the hard way what putting in the work is all about. You can't just do what comes easy, breezy, beautiful. Real life isn't a cover girl kind of world, no matter how much we try to make it out to be. Under the surface, we all still need to eat. Now, Brock Lesnar is no normal mortal. Brock Lesnar is less and yet more evolved of a man. Brock Lesnar is the kind of guy who'd say he hunted this elk with his bare hands. And you'll believe him every time. The hunt for fresh food comes easy for a guy like Brock. The hunt for information comes easy to you and me. Google Brock Lesnar would have been gibberish 30 years ago, you see? The Library of Alexandria, resurrected at our fingertips, in our pockets, living rooms, hell, it's just there in the air. We eat information. Our minds have their own teeth, and I keep mine sharp, you see? I chew through all the information in front of me. I tear it into little bits, get through to the sinew, pulverize and tenderize, beat the meat, so to speak. Because if someone in 2010 said to me, see that dude Iron Man is chatting up on the screen? He's a genius, invented electric cars. He wants to put society on Mars. And I didn't chew through what I was given, I would have never been driven. To learn that he only asked mommy and daddy for emerald mine money to buy himself the title of founder of the company. It would come as a total surprise to realize maybe this guy who says the rescuer of 12 soccer boys is a pedophile because he wouldn't wait for a while for a whole ass submarine to be built, maybe isn't so smart or nice of a guy. And then his fans, the ones who swallow, not chew, would just say, and who the hell are you? What have you ever done? What do you do for fun? Sneeringly, jeeringly, as if artist is some subspecies of bug. How satisfying it is to see them recoil because I show them maybe, just maybe, I'm a bigger, badder class of beast. And I bear the fangs of a bear when provoked. I keep my teeth sharp because I've been bitten before, and I don't want to be bitten anymore. I want to keep an even score. I want to defend those to my left, right, and behind, a furious phalanx of enlightened minds, side by side with folks, I hope, like you. Folks not afraid to chop, crush, rip, tear, chew. A human is an animal, and even a worm will turn. When cornered lambs can become rams. Do no harm, but suffer no tyrant. I don't care if I get tired. So just try me. And if I have to, I can show you rams can learn to wear a bear's fangs too. Oh,
Give it up for Big Slappy. Everybody up mute.
Everybody, one more time. Big slapping. My dude. Thank you.
Yeah, Slappy.
Yippee!
All right.
Hey, did that fix it, Dre?
For some reason, there's some issue. I'm assuming it has something to deal with the connector of the HDMI cord to the laptop, like the adapter itself. I did see that there was a crack on it.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened, but I'm getting a replacement one. Again, please bear with us while we're trying our best to project audio through this cell phone. Maybe we had like a Bluetooth speaker. That's an idea. But at this time, on deck, live, we have myself, but step up to the plate now, please. Give it up for Justine.
Hello, Manchester. This is The Tempest and the Hearth. Beneath the waning snow moon's lights, the woods lie shrouded, silent, white. Each tree stands haunted and bare. Each dusk breathes forth a spectral air. A breath of gloom, it chills the night. A whispered longing, pale and slight. I tread this path alone, forlorn, my heart in halves, forever torn. One world, a hearth, so safe, so kind, its solace dulls my restless mind. The other fierce, a tempest's cry, a maddening thrill, yet I might die. And here I stand, betwixt the two, a life uncertain, split in view. I wait as years dissolve and fade, no voice to answer, none conveyed. The snow moon wanes, its pall grows deep. Time folds and bends, as if in sleep. But then a stir, a step, a spark. A figure breaks the shrouded dark. A presence fierce, both wild and tame, the match to kindle my cold flame. His eyes, two coals, his smile a blade. He strides where ghostly dreams are made. He is the storm, the midnight's hymn, the edge of shadow's jagged rim. His voice, a tether, draws me near, dispels my doubt, consumes my fear. A Gomez to my dark Morticia, his words a spell, his touch a scripture. He breathes the fire my soul once lacked, a love unhinged, unbound, intact. And though my world still war within, his presence bids their clash begin. No peace, no choice, no tranquil sea, yet in his arms I dare to be. Beneath the waning snow moon's gaze, two souls ignite, set frost ablaze. The woods bear witness, still and grim, to love as wild as winter's whim. The winds rise up, a solemn choir, to echo the crackle of newfound fire. The trees bow low, their branches bare, as if to bless this fated pair. No path ahead, no way behind, yet in his arms the stars align. A bond unbroken, fierce, divine, two wandering hearts, one threaded line. And as the moon slips into shade, our vows are cast, though none are made. For in this night, beneath the boughs, I find my truth, my sacred vows. A love that burns, a dares that stays, to light the dark through endless days. Beneath the waning snow moon's glow, two hearts are one through ice and snow. Thank you.
Wow, Justine, that was dope. Everybody give it up for Justine.
All right, everybody, please give it up for Justine at this time.
More.
We figured out that we put the microphone next to the phone, we project audio better. Yes.
Modern problems require stupid solutions.
Yeah, well, we get creative, just like us creatives here at Open Minds Cafe. And again, I just want to give a quick shout out to the Bookery for setting this up in record time. Rihanna, you are the bomb diggity.
Yeah.
Keep this shindig going. Let me just double check this list. All right, so on deck via Zoom, we have Toxic, such a dope name. But at this time, get up for me one more time. All right. Don't mind me. I was just kind of partially distracted by the happy birthday thing that was happening outside of this room.
Happy
Downtown
birthday.
Manchester. Yeah, happy birthday to whoever. Yeah. So here's a really silly poem called Proper Hunger. Oh, Mumsy, beacon of light, render my hunger out of sight. I think you've given me the wrong Wonka chocolate bar. But the definition of wrong can be subjective. I feel fine, just abysmal hunger. Swallow me whole, mother. Oh dear, my tum-tum, my tum-tum needs a little yum-yum, so give me some of that fun from my tum-tum. I want to be goblin on some cheddar goblin mac and cheese, please. Give me soup, give me fries, give me burgers from Five Guys. Ooh, yeah. Ravioli, ravioli, feed me all your cannolis. Me wants honeycomb, me wants cookie crisp, me wants baby back ribs. Mother, I wish for crab rangoon. Mother, the rangoon, mother. Do I need to embarrass you in public yet again, mother? Do I have to gaslight you into thinking you aren't a good mother so I can get my proper helping of rangoon, mother? Why must we exercise such measures onto you, mother? I'm only just a young lad who's looking at pasta salad in the same way Dan Schneider looks at child stars, or the way thieves look at expensive cars. I'm hungry and I cannot control myself anymore, Mother. I will flip this peaceful afternoon onto hell on earth if you don't get me food, specifically the rangoon, Mother. And if I have to repeat myself once more, Mother, so help me God in the name of rangoon. There'll be nobody to blame but yourself when the inevitable occurs if we do not feed this belly. The rangoon. Feed me. The rangoon. Oh.
Everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for tonight's host, Dre Reyes. Yeah, buddy.
Thank you, and I'm
And
sorry.
check your IG. I just sent a crab rangoon video where me and my mom ate some crab rangoon when I was down there visiting. So
Awesome.
you
There
have
we
that to
go.
look forward to after the show.
Cool. All right, dig that. Awesome. All right, we're gonna keep this shindig rolling. So with that said, on deck live, we're gonna have Joshua Berg. But step up to the plate now via Zoom. Please give it up for Toxic.
Hello to all. Can everyone hear me fine? Well, I hope so.
Loud and
'Cause I
clear,
can't-
nice and smooth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Toxic.
sir.
Toxic. I don't know if I've met you here at Open Minds before. Is it your first time at an Open Minds event?
It is my first time. I was invited by a young poetess named Whisper.
Oh,
She
excellent.
said, this is the place to be. So I
Yeah.
said, let me check it out for myself.
Yeah.
So
Well,
far, she's right on point.
well, we do a little thing here. Everybody, y'all know. Everybody, unmute yourselves. Give a big open mind, open heart, open arms welcome to Toxic.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Name. That's awesome.
Thank you all. I appreciate it.
Yeah, my wife and I were tripping about your name too, but it's great.
Oh, well, yeah, well, maybe later on we'll get into that, but I'm going to do a concept piece just to open up. Toxic comes from competitive poetry stuff, but nonetheless, if I can just share a love story with y'all, that would be awesome. Here we go. I don't know much, but this is very true. We were close. In fact, I carried you. So you would know my voice while still in utero and would tax my body doing what you had to do to grow. Sometimes I would stress and suffer anxiety, wondering about the development of this life inside of me. Then I would try to be relaxed, imagining how you would contribute to society. And that would make me smile. As a mother who loves her child, seasons changed after a while, and my womb started cramping your style. You'd punch and kick and elbow and poke and would strike me unprovoked like it was a joke. I would try to sleep, but you kept me awoke until the day my water broke, which was its own drama. In delivery, we both went through trauma, but everything got calmer once they handed you to mama. If I had to do it all again, it would be my honor. I was your first teacher in life since you were small. Watching you evolve, I adored you through it all. You'd scoot on your tummy before you could crawl, and in a few years, you stood strong and tall. You walked and talked, and in time you gained height. I was your eyewitness, watching it in plain sight. Over the years, our bond remained tight. The fact that you're not here now just ain't right. My love for you is the highest form of purity. Now suffering in silence, there is no cure for me. When you started reaching a certain level of maturity, I couldn't always be there to ensure your security. A mother with a kid who is closely connected wants to keep her child safe and protected. Words cannot describe how I was affected. Being here while you passed was the last thing I expected. Just in case my face isn't revealing, some days I found myself just staring at the ceiling. Folks ask, but I can't explain how I'm feeling apart from heartbroken and hoping for some healing. Even lately, I think about you daily and try not to go crazy about burying my baby. So I'm dealing with processing grief and issues, seeking strength in each moment, making it do what it do. But this is the worst pain that I have been through. When you crossed over, you took me with you. We all know these things happen, but what are the odds? Angry and upset, I literally cursed out God. Because I've been to church, paid dues, tithes, and offerings. So what did I do wrong to be robbed of my offspring? There's still no answer. It's an unsolved mystery. Although we like to live our whole life blissfully, that's not how it is for me. Switching back and forth between pain and misery. But the only reason that I can think I'd survive you is you're an angel from heaven, and God needs you more than I do. So I'm comforted knowing that you'll do your duty. And as long as I'm alive, you will live on through me. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Everybody unmute and give it up for Toxic.
Well, your very smooth delivery there, boss. Thanks for that.
Very well done. Very well done.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good looking.
I love the story.
Thank you kindly. Thank you all.
Your voice is so smooth.
Cat likes it.
Thanks.
Hey Dre, you're
I
muted over there. If he's, I think Dre's trying to talk to on the team, but he's muted. Yeah, we
Oh.
really appreciate you, brother.
Okay, now we're unmuted. My bad. Everybody, give it up one more time for Toxic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All
Thank you
right.
all. Blessings, blessings.
And welcome home, brother.
Now we're ready.
Thank you.
We're ready in more ways than one. Okay, so with that said, on deck, on deck via Zoom, we have, I believe, Nadia, unless notified otherwise. But at this time, please give it up for Joshua Burpee. Take the stage. Is it the mic is on?
It's probably a little bit higher than me, actually. Not too much. Hey guys, my name is Josh Burpee. This is a singer-songwriter here in Manchester. And this song is called When Did the Dreams Leave? And it's about loss and not being able to escape it.
Hey Dre, we can't hear the song. The original audio is not showing. We can't hear any of the guitar.
Lost
Yeah, we can't hear it.
uh,
Original audio is not on, so the guitar is just being drowned out.
His voice?
Yeah, you can hear my voice, it'll just be like, oh. Yeah, I mean, I can angle it at the,
testing. Can you hear?
but I angle it at the fretboard.
Hold up. Meeting settings. Hold up. I figured this out.
Testing. Can you hear?
Much better, yep. Go ahead and give us a strum.
We good now? Okay, we're good.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, something went right here.
Just take a deep breath. It's only a moment in time. A moment in time that's lasted 2 years of my life. Cry if you can. Trust me, I would. If my soul hadn't used up its years, then my body could. I used to fear sleeping alone. Now it's the only place I know where I get to tell you everything about my day. And your voice remains the same. Yes, I remember. When do the dreams leave me? I don't wanna know what lucid means. I feel your touch, then wake up, and all I can feel is empty. Can you feel my heart beating? I swear your hands were on my chest. I hate but can't forget the dreams you leave me. The little dipper's waiting for us to connect just more than dots. Sit in that field and talk like we had never met. The dimples in your smile, like pillows for my lips. I never thought that ecstasy could be a kiss. It doesn't get better than this. I live. And do the dreams leave me? I don't wanna know what lucid means. I feel your touch, then wake up, and all I can feel is empty. Can you feel my heart beating? I swear your hands were on my chest. I hate but can't forget the dreams you leave me. And do the dreams leave me? I don't wanna know what lucid means. I feel your touch, then wake up, and all I feel is empty. Thank you.
Yeah. Give it up for Joshua.
That was awesome. Everybody, please give it for Josh one more time.
Yeah.
We got people asking if you have any socials. If there are any ways we can follow you on socials, let us know.
Yeah, it's just Joshua Burpee on every streaming service, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that stuff.
Was it Josh R. or
Joshua Burpee.
Oh, Joshua Burpee. So I'll write it down in the chat. But Joshua Burpee on all socials. If you were to find him there, that's where you'll find him. Definitely. Thank you for that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I'll be writing that in the group chat in just a moment. Thank you again. If you're open to performing a little later on, let me know.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. I guess it's a little bit more flexibility and variety with our show. So with that said, on deck, we got Big Slappy. But stepping up to the plate now, via Zoom, please give it up for Nadia.
Watch this. I think I got something. If we just take this, put it down here, gotta hold it the whole time. How about right there? Is that working?
Just gotta wait for the
All right.
Is Nadia there?
I'm here. I just wanted to wait, let you guys work it out.
If you let it go, does it stay there?
We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Thank you, Dre, for the introduction. This piece is called Cold Sweats. Anxiety. It starts as a whisper, a flicker in the nervous system, but then it roars. Sweat beads like dew on a summer glass, trembling hands betraying fears that feel too big to name. Adrenaline surges, a wildfire in the veins, dictating every move. Fight, flight, fawn, or freeze, the body locks up, a prisoner of its own making, chest tightening, breath fading, a rhythm lost to unease. Anxiety hums, a relentless frequency, like rivers that won't stop crashing against their own banks. You try to smother the rising tide, but it swells, lapping at the edges of control, daring you to drown. Thoughts spiral, a tornado spinning in disarray, irritability brewing like a storm. It spills out into spaces meant for calm, filling the air with dissonance that echoes back in waves. Anxiety isn't just a voice, it's a shapeshifter, a wave reshaping its form, carving patterns in the mind, uninvited yet undeniable. But even the wildest waters find a place to rest. Even the fiercest tornado spins itself out. The body speaks, not to harm, but to urge surrender. It asks you to listen to the breath you still hold, to the rhythm waiting to return. Close your eyes, feel the tide recede. Peace is not loud, it's the quiet after the storm, the soft hum of stillness. It's the realization that you are not your fear, you are the calm beneath the waves. Om.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody, please give it for Nadia at this time.
Yeah, I could
yeah.
listen to your voice go on forever. Your voice is like a kind of food I want to keep in my mouth and not swallow because it tastes so good.
That is one of the coolest compliments I've ever heard for anyone writing. Thank you, Paul Skiff, for that.
It's like a good gum.
Like a good gum. That's interesting. But hopefully more enjoyable textures than like the repetitive chewing of gum. But enough of that though. On deck, we have, via Zoom, we have escape artists, unless told otherwise. But stepping into the plate now, live here in Manchester, please give it for Big Slappy.
Hi, I'm still Big Slappy. Hasn't changed since I was up here before. We'll see how it goes next time I'm up here, if I'm up here again. But for right now, I, against my own better judgment, have been doing some thinking. Specifically thinking about my thinking and thinking about the way that I think. I've been trying to boil down a way to describe my thought process, having ADHD and whatever else is going on that they can't diagnose because I was diagnosed with ADHD and it's comorbid with everything. I like to call it symptom syndrome. And I think the best way to describe the way that I think is the title of this poem, Approximations in a Sieve. I'll try to remember. I've said this before. I'll say it as long as I live. I try to remember, but the best I can do is hold approximations in a sieve. I'm shown a rock, I'll pick up a stone. I'm shown a femur, I'll pick up a bone. It's close enough, it's all that I've known, and I know enough to know that it's all I can know. You know? I'll try to remember. Honest, I will. It's important that I do. I try to remember, but try to remember I can't do in absolute. I'm told forever, I'll pick up for now. I'm told explicitly, I'll pick up somehow. It's close enough and it's all I'll allow. I've seen that femur, been shown that rock 1,000 times before, and it won't be the same later either. It'll vanish into the ether. Because no matter how bad I want to remember, there's always a little give. No matter how hard I try to hold it, it's still held in a sieve. The bone will rattle against the stone, and it's hard to tell where each came from. Each grinds the other smooth to burrs. Details filter out bit by bit until maybe the femur's a fossil forever. Maybe the rock is going to be a shard. Maybe it wasn't always this way, but for now, I'm trying to remember. Oh.
Yeah.
Right on, Daddy-O. Everybody please give it up for Big Slappy.
Yeah, Big Slappy.
Yeah,
Woo!
your introduction was so
Yeah.
intense. That was brilliant.
I never know what I'm going to say until I'm standing in front of the microphone. So thank you very much.
Yeah, it's we all have to eventually take a close look at our own selves, and you never know where you're going to end up after you do that.
Very true. And there's just those moments where you gotta be honest with yourself, and what better place to be honest than on the page. Thank you, Big Slappy, for sharing that. Hopefully, we might hear from you a little bit later on, but before we get to that, on deck live, we got myself. But at this time, we're gonna go to Zoom and give it up for Escape Artist at this time.
Hi. I'm gonna do two. The first one is called Sleeping Giants. Here we go. In the silence of the night, amidst the snores of warm bodies battling against the rumbling of my stomach, from shameless overindulgence, I wrestle with thoughts trying to make bread and butter or milk and honey, interrupted intermittently by needing babies and writer's block, with short-term memory racing against the inevitable ticking clock, constantly calling out to me, a reminder that the sands of time gather at my feet And the longer I stay still, the quicker I'll be buried by my own procrastination and low self-esteem that I claim to be constantly constructing, only to be stuck at go, never taking enough steps to get anywhere, just enough to say I'm moving, not caring if it's in place, with whimsical worries battling deafening silence, struggling to get them on a page in a book I've never written, just to prove giants live in my footsteps, sleeping though they are there, counting endless sheep of fear and excuses, dreaming of the waking. In the corner of underachievements and underestimation lies an ego that refuses to be recognized by any by anything other than creative and colossal, knowing there is much more to me than what I give myself credit for, and there's more to do than the effort I put forth. What good are sleeping giants if they never wake up? That's the first one. The second one is called Truth About Art. Somebody told me my poems are always sad. For the most part, this is true. But I can't always write about how the roses are red and the violets are blue. They can't always rhyme and be cute. Sometimes I have to tell the truth. There is sadness in art, the way we fall apart, looking for peace in our dark parts. There's greatness in pain in whatever remains after storm floods of acid rain. And I could write about the butterflies and the big blue skies, but nothing builds you better than what's meant to break you. Nothing is more beautiful than being buried amongst depression, anxiety, anger, fear, and growing into the flower you were supposed to be. Don't you know we are seeds? We need both the light and the darkness to grow. These things, they should cripple me, but they don't. They can, but they won't. Because artists fight with their brushes, with their pens, with their voices. We fight battles no one can see. All they can see is the wonder we create. They see the colors we paint, the things we make. They listen to the songs we create, they watch the dances we compose, the prose. And they wish their talents were much like those. But what about all that comes with it? What about the insecurities or wondering whether or not we're good enough for the world? What about the comparisons we make that keep us from flourishing? The self-medicating and self-hate that keep us from nourishing? What about the solitude, alienation, the feeling of hopelessness or not belonging? What about the enemies in our thoughts or in our reflections? What about rejection? The truth is, there are no roses or violets. Sometimes there is violence. There is pain and suffering and oftentimes silence. So I can't always write about the sunny days. Sometimes I have to tell the truth. Thanks.
Everybody, please give it up for escape artists at this time.
Yes, escape.
Yeah, escape.
Yeah, there's more to me than what I give myself credit for. Thank you for that lesson.
And
Thank you.
at this
Appreciate
point,
it.
I remind everybody to double check your cell phones. Make sure that you don't have any ringtones or like, I don't know, explosions from a Michael Bay feature film.
Or the intro to a ministry song.
Could have been an intro to Ministry Strong. Yeah, to Ministry Strong's legit. All right. It's been an eventful night, and please, thank you for bearing with us. Give me one moment.
The night of the sky.
Oh, it's been an adventure of sorts. So, that said, on deck, via Zoom, we have Thomas Open Minds. But one more time. Actually, yeah. At this time, give it up for me.
Your host, Dre Reyes. To you, DJ.
Let's do something stupid. Maybe.
We haven't already?
I guess I just do a lot of stupid things. You're right.
Love you though.
Well, here's a poem about a stupid smell. problem I've had to deal with at my workplace. This is simply called that smell. Do you smell it? That smell. That smelly smell. That smelly smell that smells smelly. No, not anchovies. No, not spoiled room temperature dairy. No, not a hot steaming pile of feces. Worse. This is a smell so bad it has brought back my COVID affected sense of smell with a fiery vengeance. I have smelled fumes from compactors and scrap traps and taken many a crap that has smelled better than whatever possible genetic mishap that caused someone to smell worse than a bubonic dirt nap. Oh. That this particular stench has been known to literally attract flies and linger onto furniture after hours have gone by from the source of the stink, even clinging onto the seats of pants of unfortunate souls who decide to give their feet a break. Never have I heard of a workplace being more excited about an employee taking a vacation than the one employee taking the vacation. Blessed be are the ways of vacation pay. Oh my goodness. For 1 week, we were blessed with the privilege to breathe without contorting our faces in the style of a Bill Plimpton animation. To breathe without suppressing our gag reflexes or stepping away from the area contamination. To breathe while working without interrupting oneself from the smells, reach, and oppression. Hey, Facebook. We are marked safe from the calamity to the sinus cavities, from the evil that the eyes cannot see. A Hannibal Lecter, the lambs have stopped screaming, for now at least. Thank you.
Yeah, everybody give it up for Travis.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that. Okay, so on deck, we got Joshua live, but at this time we're going to bring it through the Zoomverse. At this time, please give it up for Thomas Open Minds.
Hi. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I'm trying to get John Michael pinned on here with me too. I don't know if this is gonna work. Alright, then I gotta pin myself. Yeah, we have a collab for you guys tonight. We wrote last night, um, and we decided to feature it here. Why not, right? There's no title. It just goes like this. I don't know how we got here. I don't know where we're going. I do know that this energy must keep flowing.
Vibrationally glowing, intuitively showing this sowing of my eternal seed. That pineal gland, the grand slam, big bang, same old song our ancestors sang. The truth lives in you. Look inside to pursue that childish hue of gold.
Lo and behold, this treasure you find is just your own mind. Mindfully singing a treasured tune from a forgotten time, just in time for time to unfold. For you, in your truest form, ignored by the times, you weren't the truest you could adorn.
In the soul's full light, shining bright, this new sight. Adam and Eve, the evil they seen, the poisonous apples, breaking laws of old, sold to the promise of sin.
But my dollar don't hold up to the standard to let me in. So I sit outside the gates of hell begging to let me win. This spiritual battle of bad and evil, I mean evil versus these verses of light I spit tonight. What's the worst that can happen when I'm already half in, drifting and laughing
Drifting.
within these nightmares I am crafting? Oh wait, that's for those who
Drafting
I don't
this
have a.
destiny, for I hold the key to this reality. It's a blessing to be. Just let go, you'll see this everlasting peace.
Passing into an equally inconceivable dream from these higher dimensions, less mentioned by these people counting sheep, unequivocal to the sleep they walk around in. It's astounding that no one looks down when they step, losing the momentum they've kept for none.
I'm done accepting this trauma that was building, the boundary crossing ceilings, shattered by doubt, the fear of hurting feelings, dealing with the grieving for being everything and everyone, but not myself. I was the dealer of those cards dealt, the wealth of others while I sank and drowned, the fool, the clown, just playing for the crowd, to doubt, to find myself alone. No stone or rock to lean on, barely holding on to that slippery slope I slid down, astounded by the force of karma's pull to the pits of hell. That cell I sentenced myself to for being both victim and crime. The circumcision of my own flesh has to overfill my holy grail with blood.
I hold some to less for lack of love. There is no fatality good enough to finish my trust. I won't diminish this mug filled with octaves of octane for these lame individuals who act the same but obviously are not in the frame of consciousness that my mind resonates within. I rather replace the place that I'm in and sit outside the fringe of what you think you're in.
This dimensional dream that streams all back to one. For you are me and I am you, and we are all from the same seed. The infinite knowledge, the college of our souls, holds all the stories ever told. Just need to balance the ego and soul and flow to your own circadian rhythm. The system of this matrix we created as our reality.
It's amazing how we can travel via astral projectionally, and I still say within reach of our interconnections, they say we can breach into new dimensions. Let's take a second to digest this lesson. Quit the stressing. Revise the way that you speak. Keep a positive mind. Mind you and stay mindful, and you'll find what you seek.
The peak of that passion, your soul rationed away, waiting for the day you looked within to begin to see that you're everything. The ego, soul, and spirit. Can you feel it and hear it? That cosmic hum, the stun in your optical view, the muse that you amuse when the chaos pursues. It's really all up to you. Mind over matter, the satire of life, the dark and light, the loss of yourself to gain the sight of eternal wisdom.
I don't know where you're going. I don't know where I've been. I do know that I'll sit with you and split this bottle of gin. Peace.
All right. Everybody at this time, please get it for Thomas Open Minds and John Michael for that awesome collab.
Totally trippy.
All right, let me just get this microphone going. All right, it's been an eventful night again. Thank you for bearing with us and joining us, whether it be in person or via Zoom. We love you, and we love the Bookery. Thank you again. So with that said, give me one moment. On deck, via Zoom, we have John Michael. So if you liked what you enjoyed, if you liked what you just heard from John, stay tuned. But at this time, give it up one more time for Joshua Burpee.
Back again. The next song is also an original. It's called Starting Over. It's kind of about finding the positives in change. Walking the road, head on my shoulder. Both growing tired and growing older. Just doesn't feel like it's starting all over. At least the rain stops and the party's over. And I'm not calm, just getting sober. And I've been trying to be better since October. How long does the buzz last when the party's over? My bed sheets have seen me cry one too many times. It's all for nothing, just goodbye. Maybe right person, the wrong lifetime. It's time for me to go. The rain is waiting outside. And I'm not calm, just getting sober. And I've been trying to be better since October. How long's the buzz last when the party's over? At least the rain's nice when the party's over. Thank you.
Amazing.
Again, everybody please give it up for Joshua Verby.
I'm a fan. You got a new fan. My wife too. You got some new fans here, man.
I don't know how you were able to find us here, but I'm glad that you did. Actually, how did you find out?
I was in the mood for gigs, and I just started looking up on events pages and saw this. So.
Oh, awesome.
Our events page is useful.
Thank you for the Bookery for putting out the events page and getting the word out. Much obliged. Seriously, one more time, give it up for the Bookery. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Bookery!
Again, follow Joshua Verby at Joshua Verby. Check it out. On deck, live, we have a big slapping. But stepping up to the plate via Zoom, please give it up for John Michael.
Thank you, Dre. Thank you, everybody, for having me. I have two small micro poems that I'd like to do. The first one's titled Morning Never Comes. Morning birds sing, another night cry. I wish this morning sun wouldn't rise. Night could stay black, dreams could just dream. I've been thinking of you again. Roads empty, alone. Memories pouring like rain. Are you the star I see at night? If I could only go back, my only love. And this one is called Enchanted. The forest burns and these fire lines spread throughout my land like lightning in the sky. This fire hot, turning everything to molten ember, glowing this thought in the dark of night, flaming each limb to ash, resurrecting a seed of new growth. Gold to green, these luscious fields, the breeze brings with it peace. Beneath the stars I breathe, forever enchanted. I'm John Michael. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, John.
All right, everybody, please give it up for John Michael one more time.
Good, John.
Yes.
And before we move on, I just want to make a quick announcement too. John Michael will be hosting Monday night's Chaos Magic at Open Minds here, and he will also be hosting the second half tonight to get his feet wet. So, yeah, congratulations, John. We ready to see what you knows.
At this time, everybody, please give it up for John Michael. And in this also the same way, wish him the best of luck with hosting Chaos Magic. Everybody, come on, give it up. Yeah. To be able to hold space, to be able to host space is it's an honor and a privilege. And anyone who decides to take on the role, it's an undertaking, definitely. It's not built for everyone, and I feel that John is suited for this. He just has this natural vibe, a natural comforting, homey vibe, and I feel that would be a power to him as he takes on this endeavor. Much luck to you, my dude. With that said, we're going to keep this shindig rolling. We're running a little late on time, but yeah, please bear with us. On deck via Zoom, we got a poet by the name of Frog Corpse. Get ready. But step up to the plate now, live. Please get up for Big Slappy. Take it away. Come on, my dude.
So I thought about it, and I'm still Big Slappy.
Good.
We're all stuck with that, unfortunately. And I don't like to think of myself as a very angry person. I am, but I just don't like to think of myself that way. And as an angry person, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but it feels like there's an awful lot to be angry about lately. And so I tried to channel that into a poem called An Open Letter. Some of the lines to it came to me all staccato just one night while I was thinking about a really interesting thing that happened. And this is not an open letter to anyone in this room, or more likely even in this city, or more likely anybody who is going to hear it. You know, because the people this is an open letter to don't really look at people like me, or think about them. So I apologize in advance for this one being a little more rough than the other two, less of a fun time. I can survive what you are. You are an aberration, something that should not be, built on the backs of a million people just like me. And with all your station, all your power, the drive to own all that you see, I am ashamed to be anything like you and proud that you're nothing like me. I can survive what you are, but I cannot survive what you do. what you do to maintain your status, a new class of king to be aboard, a divine right mandated by decision of the board, unilaterally appointed by hand-selected corporate horde. You'll never see yourself as a parasite, an oversight obstructed by your ill-gotten reward. I can survive what you are, but I cannot survive what you do, and the world cannot survive what you put it through. The pesky mosquito of human rights buzzing in your ear about a 12-hour day, bleeding you dry despite underpay. They need to see a doctor? No way! Don't they know the profit line must always go up? They'll just have to endure their decay. I can survive what you are, but I cannot survive what you do. The world cannot survive what you put it through. And that dying world will kill me. The dogwood trees bloomed 6 times this year. Once in the summer and twice in the spring. The sight was almost a beautiful thing, watching petals gently fall as branches sway and swing. And then they bloomed 3 more times in the fucking fall. I shouldn't have to hope they won't bloom at all this winter. I can survive what you are, but I cannot survive what you do. The world cannot survive what you put it through. And that dying world will kill me, but it will kill you too, no matter what you do. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, please. One more time. Give it for Big Slappy.
A big slap, a big slappy.
Pepe! Woohoo!
That was a much needed scream. That was great. I don't know if any of y'all heard that, but that was great.
Oh!
Yeah.
I kept it about a quarter of what I could muster, if I really wanted to.
Just figured to double check audio because now I'm like, I don't know, super paranoid about everything regarding audio tonight. Again, thank you for bearing with us with this weird setup, but we're doing what we got, doing what we can with what we got. We have 3 more performers on tonight's show. But at this time, on deck, one more time it'll be me. But at this time, it is my pleasure to bring forth, via Zoom, Frog Corpse.
The humbug spirit of Christmastide. We pretend in dreams, where fantasy secretes a season, within a world no magic is found, streamed in the tears of disenchantment. Snowfalls bearing lies, ringing bells in the absence of the kinder Christ, playing roles more holier than thou, instilling hope that shatters youth and smile. Which Christmastide is worth celebrating, when folk tales shared deceive, waking up empty-handed, obfuscated in daydreaming. The racking sight becomes frozen, a piercing squall drained in the moment, a gaze so perilous unpackaged once, unraveling silence through a window. Distance claims the yard, and the thoughts on a love denied lonely arms. Barren and chilled, the pilots clicking, the furnace shrilled, the stifled sniffling, the anchored seating, the turning page, the humbug spirit, the dying flame, the will, the want, the yearning, the wishing, the voiceless void, and the story's ended. The face, the space, the silence shifting, the day that turns and the way that it's leaving. You spend life trapped in your quarters, wasting away tucked in your corner, mold in the wine staring thoughts it had left, stripped of the spirit and the times that were missed. Crumpled the past, tearing at present, knowing what's inside, I'm not fucking with the rest of them. No bow nor string, no garland or ribbon, a treasured memory, a gift rescinded, bah humbug. And finally, a national treasure. while provincial increase is levied with the ascension of dreams escrowed with the kiss for the crown. Some of you have heard this, so. A penny for your thoughts. This mine generates $1 million by the daily coffers of its copper charged. El Dorado sees bullion crushing Colossus with roads as Britannia seduces Maharaja wallets while provincial increase is levied with the ascension of dreams escrowed with a kiss for the crown. To make a statement, we must first invest in a national bank, as Franklin carries more weight, saving private thoughts in the form of bonds. These thoughts cut copper by the ton, Cart cataloging coins while Jackson sends shooters to the bank, and it'll take a few Clevelands to get the Lincolns rolling toward laying those investments in state, while another Hamilton calls for that old Washington dig. These pounds of flesh made franc, turning Deutsch dollars into ruples, rolling rupees into bullets to be charged by the gun, hoping to turn yang to yin. Gaining entrance to heaven comes with a surcharge as more interest is put on you. No monthly Midas touch can forgive a debt that goes into foreclosure by an opinion, while each sentence distributes the cost. If it's a penny for your thoughts, then be integral of your worth. Only Lincolns get sent to the cemetery to feed what old George planted first. If opinions are an asset, then Abraham will take them quick. Because if you ever laid a hand on a god, wisdom with haste is sure to spend it. Got him?
Got him. Everybody give it up for Frog Horse.
Everybody, please give it a Frog Corpse one more time.
Yeah.
There was a brief moment where our stream was cut off audio-wise, but we can catch everything because we record these shows. So check us out on YouTube as Open Minds Open Mic. Hold up. Do I have it right here? Well, yeah, so at Open Minds Open Mic, right here on this clipboard. It's also, you can find us on Instagram. So yeah, check us out. With that said, we got two more poets. But before we do, one more time, thank you, Frog Corpse, for sharing that. Right on my view. All right. It's been quite an eventful evening, and again, thank you for bearing with us with all the weird tech issues we've been having. On deck via Zoom, we have Emo Zoom. But one more time, give it up for me.
Yeah, Drake.
All right. So this is a fun little poem. For anyone who's ever been bashful of, I don't know, sharing your feelings to someone, so you feel like you're really cool and just do it anonymously through an app a year ago, but you know, still kind of snicker to yourself, like you don't know, but you know at the same time. So here's a poem about that to an extent. Here's something. There have been words left unsaid. Words that once feared would hurt more than heal instead. Words once whispers, now ringing in my head. Words that have rendered me sleepless in bed. Words that kiss softly but hit hard like lead. Words deserving to finally be spoken rather than being read. So dig this. I dig you more than Diglett digs diggin', more than Lickitung digs lickin', more than Hitmonlee digs kickin', more than Jigglypuff digs singing, and that's just the beginning. I've been itching to be spitting this truth, but I've been needed time to be gripping reality, sticking the landing after spinning and swinging from one mistake to another, no kidding. Listen. you're only gonna miss 100% of the shots you don't take, as the story goes. But there's something about you, though, that makes me glow. It's like you have this comforting energy and the right flow and this sense of humor that keeps me on my toes. And I just dig the idea of getting to know each other more for show. Hey, I wish we had gotten to know each other long ago. We have potential to sprout and grow, and we don't need any miracle grow for this mofo. So, know this. I want to make you feel alive in the ways you have made me. To feel like every day holds so many opportunities. To feel the magic through the chaos so vividly that every breath you take feels as if you are achieving spiritual immunity. Now, I've been wishing that there may be a chance to see what it could be if we could agree to take time to build more familiarity and perhaps be daring enough to play with our chemistry. Let's be scientists and challenge some theories that may drastically change our trajectories towards a shared path of blissful longevity as we strive for something resembling serenity. With that said, I hope I didn't scare you away. But if you have the interest and the time of day, please stay. Allow me to show you the way and reassure you that everything is going to be okay. Follow me. So there's that piece.
Everybody give it up for your host tonight, Dre Reyes.
Wow, that was epic.
And we also want to bless you in the new year with your new endeavor with China Bloodmeyer. If you got a brief second, let's hear about that real quick, because I think there's some people here
Oh,
who
yeah,
don't know.
stay that toward the end. But starting the new year, actually, the first show of our new platform, a platform that myself and China Bloodmeyer, a poet from the Pittsburgh area, we're starting up a new Zoom room. And we're going to call that Bloodline Poetry, where we are family. And it's going to be an opportunity for a couple of shows to be showcased. There'll be a once a month poetry slam called Go for Blood. That'll be on the last Sunday of every month. So in 2 days from now, check out Go for Blood at our new Zoom channel and jot this down, everybody. 420-555-1990. So yes, 420, 555, 1990. That is the Zoom room of Bloodline Poetry, where we will have Go for Blood, the Slam Jam, and moving forward with a hybrid open mic. We'll be doing this once a month, every last Friday at Bloodline Poetry. So I hope that I get to see some of y'all join me and others, family, every last Friday of the month. So there's that spiel. I wanted to say that for later, but Thomas has a way of bringing things up so abruptly, and I dig that for him. So thank you. Closing out tonight's show via Zoom, please give it up for Nemo Soon. Hey, that rhymed.
Looks like you're a poet.
Thank you so much. I'm going to close with a sequence of micropoems. And I'll let them speak for themselves. Your words give my mind harpies the purchase they've been waiting for. Landing amongst the details of your concerns, they sneer and taunt and bare their bloody bosoms. Do you ever have a day where you don't want to be awake, but staying in bed means more nightmares? Do you ever get up to find to find depression waiting in the hallway in all her splendor? Do you ever feel like you're trapped in a glass box and you can't touch anything? Everything is separated from you by a cool, lifeless pain. Do you ever get to the point where you haven't eaten because that would require making a decision and that's too much to ask right now? Do you ever believe that everyone is upset and disappointed in you? You've used up the last of your friends' goodwill and support, and now you truly are alone. Do you ever sense that your messages aren't getting through, your words wasted, sent into the empty? Do you ever feel sad and the only reason is that your mood has decided to mess with you today? Do you ever want to scream? Do you ever need to cry? Do you ever have one of those days? The mind harpies dance and frenzy, waggling their tails, pointing to something pure, to be spoiled and defiled, a place to descend, to perch, to tear the flesh of memory. I'm going to put my heart right here on this table, where you can see it, feel it, put your fingers in the holes in it. Why not cut it down the middle? I'll hold the knife, though my hands might shake a little. We can tear it apart. Together, I'll help. But act now, because I'm gone tomorrow and I'm taking what's left of this heart when I go. Sometimes they whisper, and sometimes they get up right in my face. Their spit burns and their breath smells like shame. Tearing tissue with razor talons, they claw at the arteries that feed the part of me where hope still lives. I'm monitoring swarm size, measuring wing shapes, noting markings. Are there fractals in their feathers? I'm analyzing the waveforms of their screeches, looking for consistencies, hoping for patterns, trying to make some sense of their calls. I'm learning to navigate through the tangle of talons, trying to remember that the cuts are only ever skin deep, that I will heal eventually, that even when the sun is blotted out by beating wings, it's still there. Thank you.
Thank you, Nimosun.
Everybody, please give it up for Nemo Soon.
Yeah, buddy.
Nemo,
So,
yes.
the most bizarre thing happened, Zoom universe. There was a weird thing that, I don't know, just like the internet decided to shut off on my laptop. But after rebooting it and relogging, we were able to get sound through the monitor for the last poem. So
It might have been an update.
it's
Nemo,
been
look at
one of those
that.
days. But
You,
we're
you,
still able to hear everything more or less fine. Is that more or less, right?
More than less.
So, thank you all for tuning in with us tonight through, via Zoom, in person. And it's been a fun time to be a host with open minds, dating back to starting up with the Slam Jam earlier this year, a once a month, like a once a week like open mic and a poetry slam workshop. So it's a chance for people to like workshop their slam pieces So that was my first start, and then going to Chaos Magic, and then tonight, with the weekly open mics on Fridays. Now I'm going to give myself a little bit of a break and also my own platform to kind of work some things out. But I just want to take this time to publicly thank Thomas Open Minds Catalyst for allowing me to host, to share space. So thank you.
Yeah, we love you, man. And I'm so excited for this new year and everything
One of
you
the
got
reasons why
going,
we
man.
have
Like,
this hybrid open mic is because they have had this platform and they've been doing this thing for our 3 years. But over the summer, they've needed to take some time off to heal themselves because, mental health is something that you need to take time for, and the stigma. So with that said, hope all goes strong with you guys. Hope all goes strong from everybody here at the Bookery and via Zoom. Thank you again for joining us
thank you,
tonight.
Bookery.
Until next time, everybody, please keep writing, please keep loving. Peace and love to y'all, and have a great night.
Yeah, Drake.
Woo!
We love you, bro.
And that concludes our show.